people.
She has too much caffeine. Welcome back to Motherhood Unhinged. My name's Chandra.
Courtney.
Jesse.
And today it's all about help me. My preteen has entered the eye rolling Olympics.
Wow.
We will be talking about how to raise humans that we wish smelled like Bath and Body Works instead of gym socks.
And moldy onions.
Moldy. I like how we can just say that and just like straight faces. Moldy onions. We're talking about the joys and the horrors of raising preteens, aka living with a moody roommate who lives in your house rent free. The personality shift, that's the first one we'll start talking about. One day they love you and the next day you ruin their life.
I ruined my life. I mean, what?
Because you asked them to change their socks.
Yeah, or put deodorant on so they don't smell like
I
moldy
love
damn
that
onion.
I get to take a back seat to this one because the most drama-filled meltdown that we have in our house is teething or if I take his toy away. So take it away,
That's
ladies.
a lot, though.
Or you leave
Crying consecutively. Yeah.
The meltdowns.
Yeah.
But you guys take it away with the preteens.
I
Let
think
me
it's
know what I'm in for.
toddlerhood's mentally, but preteens are like, oh.
they have a mind of their own and they...
The preteens?
Dude. And you know what's honestly the hardest part is when they come back with a good response and you're sitting there like this.
You got
Yeah, you're right, but just go somewhere else.
You got to
I don't
turn
wanna
away
hear-
because you're
Yes, I've laughed
burning
so
up
many,
that they actually just...
Yes, or it's at like, yeah, you can't really. I mean, I'm not gonna just karate chop my kid because he actually had a point. You know what I mean? I don't consider it. Oh, if you don't do it disrespectfully and you're coming at me, it's kind of funny.
We'll argue in funny ways, like the way they say things, like envelope. Jordan likes to say envelope. Envelope.
You argue about how somebody
We
says
just
envelope.
we just funny bicker, you know. And so he'll say, "Mom, it's encore, isn't it?" And it's Ian encore. I'm like, whatever. So you can't say anything.
See?
Yeah.
That was a good. I mean, hey, you say, you know what? Touche, my boy.
Smart cookie.
I just
Touche,
say,
my boy.
I just say that's
My
just not
boy.
how you say it. That's just not how you say it.
Okay,
You know what he does? He gets Google Translator out, and he'll make it the voice listen. Like you'll listen to the voice.
So does it say envelope or envelope?
I don't know. You want me to look for it?
No.
I think I say envelope. Envelope. Is it envelope or envelope? I think I say envelope.
You learn an envelope. Let's see. Ready?
Here we go with Chandra having to just be right. Set the record straight that I'm right.
Let's see.
Envelope.
Envelope.
It is envelope.
Envelope.
So why is it an encore then? I mean, hey, that's a pretty good argument, to be honest. I'd have taken that one and just
yeah,
I'd have taken the
away.
L and walked off.
Yep.
You know what? You right, my boy.
Oh my
It's
god.
honestly those moments where I'll look at him and he knows that I'm on the verge of either a mental breakdown or I'm on the verge of just crying laughing. So I have to turn away because I know I'm already a walking joke to my kids, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And most of the time they're like, well, I don't understand. Why did you get so angry? Why you didn't have to yell at me like that? Oh, really? Because when I talk to you like a normal human, you don't respond or respect at all. So when I put mama voice on, that's when it really comes into play here.
You just say what you mean and you walk away. You got to give the look too. Compare toddler tantrums to preteen meltdowns.
Honestly, I mean, they're pretty similar, except the toddler's on the floor kicking and screaming and the preteen's just looking at you in utter disgust.
Because you're existing.
Ivy scares me more than Jordan does.
Ivy does.
Yeah.
What does she
She's
do?
a feisty little thing.
Dude, Evie is too.
Jordan's at least a mellow preteen.
He's mellow.
kinda funny.
But he's funny. He's mellow. But God, he's persistent.
Yeah, they all are. It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's like, get out of my face. I literally have to just be like, go away. Go to your basement.
Yeah, they are very.
Where your
persistent.
bedroom is.
Bentley doesn't know when
Yeah,
to stop.
not to the basement in like a bad cellar way, but like the boys' basement.
Bentley doesn't know when, like, he walks a fine line and he doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand, like, it's funny for, like, the first, I don't know, 8 times. Well, on the 50th time, it's no longer funny.
Yeah.
Okay?
There's no like
He just keeps going and pushing
just
and pushing
keeps
and
going
pushing.
up, and it's like just you're at this point it's not funny anymore. And you're irritating me. Mm-hmm. Just go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sometimes his dad will get on with them too, and they'll just like start ganging up on me, and I'm like, you're not setting a good example. Sometimes I'll literally be like, Josh, you're being a bad example. He's like, why? I'm like, because he's like, you're acting like it's funny and fine, and it's not.
I think that's the job of a dad. I think they find it just as funny.
I could see Trent doing that.
Oh, for sure.
Uh-huh. I could see it.
The male maturity.
Well, they're all on the same level, so they're probably, I mean, it's probably why.
There's another another good topic is like the preteen translation. So like what they say versus what they really mean.
Or what they say that's just absolutely ridiculous.
Like drip. Like that. Like, no, it's jewelry or like gold or silver. It's not drip. Like my jewelry isn't drip.
Mom. Maverick literally was saying that this morning. He got a new hoodie for school for when winter comes, and it says Nike, just plain. It's slick. It's a nice hoodie. And he goes, Mom, look at this drip. I drip it. I'm like, dude, get out of my face. Yeah, my IQ is dropping listening to this. Okay? I need you to go. What else? What are some of the other ones, too? God, Bentley said something the other day. I'm like, you guys, I don't know where capping came from. You capping. It's lying.
Like,
you're lying.
yeah.
That's a cap. That's what they say. It's cap. You capping. Like, what?
Is that like it's not in the English dictionary as a synonym? So why are we using it?
No, because it's in the Urban Dictionary.
I want to know who makes them up, and then where they go from there.
I'm trying to think of other ones that Bentley has said that I'm just like
who was the first person that said, check out my drip?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh,
Drippin'.
that sounds cool.
Dripping, bro.
And then it just blew up.
I'm going to look up some more.
Sometimes I wonder what God thinks of this.
I think God has a sense of humor. I've talked to Brandon about that too. I'm like, do you think, because he hurts when we hurt. Like, he understands that emotion, which is why, Jesus came here. He felt all of the pain, all the happiness, all of it. So, he feels the same way we do. So he's got to have a sense of humor.
So he gives us the preteen phase for humor, you think?
Oh, he has to. I think so.
Oh,
because he's probably also rolling his eyes like, come on, son. I didn't create you for this. I did not create you to be dripping.
I love whenever they say fine or whatever. Or James all the time. So he's not a preteen yet, but he will outscore Jordan on the eye rolling.
Oh my gosh.
And he's 7. Mm-hmm. Almost 8. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's always.
Yeah. Like you were just.
And I'm like, why'd you just have attitude? I didn't.
Yeah. It's always the denial.
I just saw it. It's the denial.
And Riz, like what you said earlier.
When they blatantly look at you and eye roll, I didn't.
No, y'all want to hear.
It's like they know they're caught.
Wild. There was one time, I'm not joking, at our old house we had a camera set up, right? And this is actually insanity. Bentley, this was years and years ago. He was much younger. He threw a fit, like an actual fit. And we were like, look at this video of you. Like, isn't that just wild? Because we pulled it up on the camera because we knew there was a camera in there.
To show him like how he was acting.
How ridiculous he looked. He straight up looked at me and Brandon, dead serious. So just no. I don't even know how else to describe it. He looked straight at us and was like, that's not me.
Say, was this an out-of-body experience?
What?
That is crazy.
You're telling me somebody came in here and acted like you, looked just like you, and then left?
Was it being serious?
So serious. And Brandon's like, dude, I really need you to be legit right now. This was you. You threw a fit. And he's like, that's not me. Call me home now, Jesus.
To be a fly on the wall that night.
Oh, I couldn't. There's things like that happen all the time that it's literally I'm like, this cannot be real.
It's one of those,
in another galaxy right now.
It's one of those moments when you're like, you're so mad that it's like being denied, that it's like, I'm not crazy. You gotta be the crazy one.
I swear kids know how to gaslight these days. I will look at him and be like,
she's getting fired up.
I will look at him and be like, stop gaslighting me. I heard what you said. Are you joking? Do I need to put a little camera on you? Oh, that wouldn't even matter. He'd just be like, that wasn't me. I didn't say that. You need to be a lawyer, bro.
Because the way you just said that with like conviction.
Yes. Like, I tell you, these kids
man.
are going to put me in an early grave. And I have a feeling Evie's going to be the worst one.
You're gonna have your hands full.
We need strength and courage to get through. We need God's grace and patience.
Patience for sure.
I don't have patience. As I get older, it gets worse.
I think Chandra needs some of Chelsea's patience.
Yeah. Sometimes, honestly, this is what I do, okay? When ridiculous things, I have to remind myself in that moment that I might be staring at them, but in my head, I'm like, is this, like, actually an issue? Or am I making it a bigger one? You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of more situations like that. That one was just...
insanity.
I don't understand. I wish Brandon was here because he probably has some lock and key ready to be used because... some of these kids these days, I don't get it. Or like just common sense things that I feel like you should just know. But you were also like that in high school where sometimes I'd look at you and be like, you cannot be serious. Do you not remember moments like that? Looking at her like she always been so smart in school, straight A student, went to college, dang near doctor, okay?
But the common sense.
Oh my gosh, this woman... I'm trying to think of things that you did that I was just like, she cannot actually be serious right now.
I probably do not just be joking with you.
No,
Chandra. She's probably still the same.
Yes.
Josh, you let us
smart,
know.
Street smart, not so much. And I think Josh would agree. Josh, comment below, okay? I'm sure you have a lot of examples.
You know he be commenting. Don't
So the kids probably get it honest.
They probably do, honestly. And she's just going to get more and more annoyed. Seeing her, and I love seeing your mom every time. Like at the water park when we all went, and Ivy was doing something that drove you nuts. I think she like wanted down, but she didn't want down.
Was it when we were getting off of the lazy river?
No, when we were sitting in the line trying to get inside.
Oh yeah.
And she looked at me. She started laughing.
She wouldn't sit up. She wouldn't stand up.
Yeah, whatever she was doing. And your mom was she laughs every time because I'm like, she's finally getting it, ain't she? And she's like, she's finally getting it. She finally getting it.
You can't want down but want held at the same time. Like, which one do you want?
Yeah, well, that's toddler sense right there. It makes sense to them. Doesn't make sense to us.
You know, that's kind of funny and ironic that sometimes it's like God is tempting me. Like, God is putting me in a predicament.
Why do you think he gave you Ivy?
So I have Ivy, who's a toddler in prime toddler time. And then I have Jordan, preteen.
I have a feeling that's a lot of Josh.
Yeah. And the thing is he's like, Josh is like, nah, nonchalant demeanor. And it's so funny. And I'm going to do it 500 times like we talked about earlier. And I'm like, raising a preteen and a toddler at the same time? I didn't think that that's how my life was going to go because like I came into their lives. You know, I didn't raise them from birth. But then I had my own first birth. So I'm like, it just landed like this. So I'm getting to go on this roller coaster with both at the same time.
I tell you, it's something. It's a roller coaster that's barely hanging on to the track.
It might be gray next week.
I have a couple grays. I do. And Brandon has a lot on the side. He's like, I think I'm going to start having to dye my hair. I said, no, I think you can be that white fox, baby. Let him grow. Let him go.
And mine is bald, so.
Yeah, we don't know if he's got gray hair or not.
Yours bald.
Yeah.
So moving on to like preteens.
Okay.
Technology. Because we know all they want is controllers, phones, laptops. Now they get Chromebooks at school.
Honestly, I think school's made it a lot worse.
Yeah.
If you want me to be honest.
It's so
They
weird
have
to
them
me now
bringing
that
them
they
home.
don't have textbooks and they have computers.
Yeah.
I hate
I think it's crazy.
computers.
That's weird to me.
Okay. I like computers for business, but I don't like them from education standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my master's program and like my bachelor's program, I didn't want an ebook. I didn't pay for ebooks. I paid for that physical hard copy.
Uh-huh.
So I could flip through, bookmark it,
Yep.
go back. I could like see it on the picture on the book. So like that photographic memory.
Mm-hmm.
On a screen, you got to like backspace and then you can't. I don't even know.
I don't know what, I get it. Okay, listen, we're in a society now that is going towards AI. We have AI now and all these convenience. It's all about convenience nowadays, right? I get that.
I mean, I could see it being less to carry, less to keep track of.
But I see that in
all that.
high school.
Yeah.
Why are we starting in, I think it's third grade? I
Second-
think Maverick's getting
second
But
grade,
isn't that
second grade.
lessening the responsibility?
It does
if it's
lessen the
less
responsibility.
for them to have to worry about, we're lessening the responsibility.
I agree.
And then we're sitting here complaining about the electronics and the screen times and
It's hypocritical.
yeah.
So like, at church on Sunday, we were talking, our last lesson on like Sermon on the Mount was about like giving grace and not being like a hypocrite and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, right now, like that's hypocritical. We don't have them on the screens much, but we're doing it in school, and I don't understand that. And we didn't even need that many textbooks in elementary school. So why is my second grader getting them?
I don't.
They're
I
not
like
getting
any
them.
of
They're
it.
getting the Chromebooks. Why can't they just learn in the class with the books?
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's insanity.
And then they
to be
get to bring
honest.
them home all summer long.
Well, and it's not even just, I think also they have incorporated, which again, I get, but I think it's too much. They've incorporated games into using the Chromebooks to learn. Okay. Which, I mean, we do that with toddlers. Like we make a game, or we have games that they play to learn, you know, like what is that one popular, ABC Mouse or whatever, like stuff like that I get. But I think I don't think schools should be using games necessarily I think that should be something that you use maybe, hey, we have this. If they're struggling, why don't you try this at home? I don't think it should be incorporated in school, because I feel like Bentley, and especially Bentley, because we've went through it with him a lot longer, they have so many games that he plays at school to learn. He brings it home, and that's what he wants to do.
So then that leads me to question, because my kids told me about like how multiple times a day in the middle of the class lessons, they would literally stop their lesson to get up and like dance or watch a little video on the TV or whatever to like, I don't know, break up their learning time. And it's like, if you take all these little breaks or stops, I don't know about it in much detail, but, and then you're adding in all these games and stuff, what is that setting them up for whenever it comes to being a real world time, whenever you can't do that in your career?
That's what we're struggling with preteens.
It's kind of like, you know how the whole ADHD and ADD and all that became diagnosed more and more as the times have changed. It makes me wonder if like society is putting
Well, I feel like society's
it
heavily-
out there more like heavier on introducing that, I guess.
If they need like breaks, take them outside, get some fresh air.
They already
even
get like
have-
3 recesses
I
or
was just
whatever.
about to say,
Well,
do they even have
elementary.
recess?
They have enough recesses, so like I don't understand that.
But if they're playing games on a Chromebook at school, and then he's coming home and he's like, "But mom, this is my way of learning. I got to play
Yep.
my game for school."
That's what
That's how I'm
Jordan
learning
does.
math. It's about math. I'm
Jordan
like,
had a
dude,
state test about learning the states. And do you remember when we had to do that? But we did that in high school. It was like, what, the Constitution test and then the states test.
It was all on paper though.
He did it on his Chromebook, and Josh walks in and goes, "That's not studying for your states." And he's like, "No, it is. It's the game." Blah, blah, blah. And Josh's like, "No, that's not studying for your test." I just remember that night. It like puts us in such a predicament with our preteens. So it's like, you got these behaviors and you got these like trying to push the boundaries, and then school's giving them that, and it's like, I won't even let my preteen have a phone yet. Like we're thinking about doing the house phone idea, you know, where it's at home only, and then if they got to go to game.
Jordan, is he turning 11?
Turning 11.
Okay, yeah, I could see. I mean, he's still, you know, young, and there's not circumstances where he really needs one. So
Yeah.
I see why you wouldn't have one already.
But I've seen his friends with the phones. Okay, so like he'll call his friends on Josh's phone. His friends and other people on the phone that Jordan doesn't even know are in group calls. And I'm like, I don't know those other people in group calls. 2, they literally called Josh's phone like 20 times after Jordan got off the phone with them one night. Josh finally picked up and was like, his phone time, he's done. Like, quit calling my phone. I'm trying to work. And I'm like, that's disrespectful for those other kids to be doing. 2, why are they group chatting with people they don't know? 3, the text messages, they would be on the phone, on FaceTime, texting each other still. Emojis and, like, letters. And it's like, none of it makes sense.
Because they got that Riz.
The Riz.
They got no.
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, this
no.
is what I have to look forward to.
Yeah, well, it's some of it. Oh God! And if I hear another song about Sigma, I'm gonna lose my mind. That's another
I haven't heard about this.
Sigma
Yeah, it's
Riz.
another
I got a
word.
Sigma Riz. Dude, your IQ is dropping. Let's do something else.
That's how I felt reading the message. I'm like, you're on FaceTime. Why are you guys sending emojis?
Well, it's all about I mean, honestly, it's about, oh God, what did Brandon
Do you
call
guys
it?
remember for a
Focusing on-
second calling our friend, hey, so-and-so, I was just wondering if so-and-so could talk on the phone?
Uh-huh.
Calling your friend's parents' house
Yeah.
to then ask if they could talk on the phone, to which then we had so long to be on the phone.
Because otherwise the phone would be like beep, 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 beep when somebody else would be trying to call.
Yeah.
Landlines.
And dial-up internet.
Yeah,
And
listen.
one of my close friends, we couldn't be on the phone when her...
Parents are trying to be on the internet.
MSN Messenger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
Lord have mercy.
MSN Messenger was not very good for anybody to be having either back in the day. Okay. So it's just changed, and it's been more incorporated in life now than it was back then,
Yeah.
which I think is
But
a
our
good thing, but a
electronic
bad
time
thing.
was a little bit in the evenings. Like if
Yeah.
we were old enough as a preteen to be on MSN Messenger. Now, like they get that electronic time all day. You know, I don't know. Is it good for their eyes that long?
No.
Is it
it's
good for
not.
their mentality that long?
But listen,
yeah, electronics is good in moderation.
in moderation, and I think it also, you have to be very involved with your children when they have technology, and I think a lot of nowadays, not everyone, but I think a lot, there's lack of parenting, which is causing problems with the screen times and stuff. If you have limitations, like Bentley's phone's heavily locked down, so he can't be doing all this internet searching and all that stuff. That's
Social
all locked
medias.
out. Yeah. He has none of that, and I told him he will not have any of that. I don't care if he's 16 or not until he can prove to me that he's not going to lie to me. He's not going to be very honest about things. He's not going to add random people. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, and I've seen a lot on social media. I think all of us have. That is something that's going to come very, very, very last. Like, I don't care how many of your friends have Snapchat. You're not getting it.
Yeah.
Okay? I know what happens on Snap.
I think a lot of parents nowadays might give into that electronics because for
Because
one, they are
everybody
getting it at school. Two, they're so busy and so like
They're not
absorbed in
involved.
their stuff as well.
And I think that there's something
It
to be
takes
said
that-
about parents not wanting their children to be behind. Or not, behind isn't really the right word. Like, they don't want their child to be left out. Do you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
everybody else
well, they
has it.
have Snapchat and they're
Yeah.
always talking and they're always doing this, but they can't talk to me because I don't have Snap.
I don't care.
Because you have to agree, you do see moms that are all cliquish and like they want to be in their little mom groups, and it's like, you know, they want their kids to be the same because you can tell by just the way they either
I
interact.
think we've
with
all
you.
been there though. We all once upon a time wanted to fit in, and now I'm over here like,
Leave me alone in my day.
It is what it is, yeah.
I got my small circle, and that's all I need.
And I'm not saying that there aren't kids out there that are responsible with their socials. Maybe there are. I don't know. There
True.
could be. Hey, everybody lives their lives differently. Do you, boo? I just don't think that it's good for children.
I don't think that my mental state could handle tackling knowing my child has all kinds of stuff going on.
It's just hard to keep track of our own stuff, let alone then checking theirs.
And people are just mean now.
Very,
Yeah, very mean.
Very mean. I mean, I've seen things before that I'm just like, but then, you know, I think it also, the whole peer pressure and the trying to be the cool kid and be cool with their friends, it also makes kids feel that they have to do or be a certain way because look at all the other kids doing it. You know what I mean? Dude, be a leader. Don't be a follower, bro. That's what we're trying to teach. Strong character. Who cares? Which is also hard because as an adult, it's still hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
For
it's
sure.
just, you got to protect their little minds.
It's
For as
hard.
long as you can.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Parenting is
literally.
hard. SOS.
Literally. Not one size fits all for sure, because there's a lot of kids out there that I've met that are super respectful and have a lot more like responsibilities than my kids do.
Or maybe even a little bit more freedoms.
more freedoms. And it's just, it's all in
Smart
time
little
and-
girls, not preteen boys. We were all girls, and we're raising two preteen boys.
You really think
first.
Ivy and Evie are going to be different?
But they're our last ones. Like right now, we're starting with boys.
Yeah, but
We're
we're
two
also going to
girls.
be older. Do you realize that? Like, I'm at my prime time right now raising a teenager, and I'm having a hard time, let alone being in my
Maybe
early
we'll
40s.
be- but by then, we'll be less like picking up and running after changing diapers, all that stuff. So we'll have a little more time and patience. You think? I'm being optimistic.
Okay, be
know?
optimistic, Jenny.
Moving on, we'll go on to the hygiene and fashion. The moment you realize your child needs deodorant.
The moment that you walk by me and I smell rotting onions.
Don't you love when they come in from playing outside and it just smells like outdoors?
No, they stink.
Yeah, it's like, go get in the shower. You smell like you've been outside for a week. I remember it, like, It was yesterday with Josh. Literally, Jordan got in the car and Josh goes, "Are you cleaning your pits?" And then that's when we learned he wasn't showering appropriately. So we had to go through how you shower your body, all the proper steps. And I'm like, I can't believe I even have to do this. Like, I can't believe we have to explain this kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, how are they going to learn if you don't?
I thought it was just common sense. But I guess I was wrong because I don't know.
You have to treat children like they're stupid.
But, like, you grow up bathing them till they're old enough. Like, don't they remember and know what you just did to them for, like, the first 5 years of their life?
No.
Do they remember the punishment that you gave them to the exact same thing that they just did? No. So, no.
Okay.
They don't know that these little crevices get crusty. Like,
Yeah.
So then we started with the deodorant. We're like, you're going to put one in the bathroom for, like, before school and practices and one in the basketball bag. You
Put
know.
a mini one in their bag.
And then you have to question them.
leave an
if they-
extra one in your car.
Yeah. But then we have to ask them if they even put it on.
Yep.
And a majority of the time, nope.
Hey, I just say, listen, that's what I call a natural consequence because we've all forgotten deodorant sometimes. You know what I mean? And you're like, whoa.
I think
gotta
that
whip it
goes for
myself.
anything, though. How many times do you guys ask your kids, did you brush your teeth?
Uh-huh.
Oh
And
my
they
gosh.
turn around and go back to the bathroom.
It's like you're sending them to the medieval torture chamber.
Yeah.
My kids and their teeth.
I call them their skags. Go wash your skaggles.
You got your own lingo.
Skaggles. Yeah. Chelsea and the
Chelsea's
lingo.
creating her own words.
We had a client at the salon one time. One of the girls I work with was talking about getting her kids to brush their teeth. And the client goes, well, what I tell my kids is, okay, fine. Only brush the ones that you don't want to fall out.
That's true. That's a good one. But I feel
Yeah.
like they still...
Your kids still wouldn't care. So
No.
it worked for my friend because she's like, oh my God, my kids were freaking out that their teeth were going to fall out. So now they're making sure they get all of them.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
See if it's... I've never said
You
it
should just
before.
go over there and be like, let me see. And take a little peek and be like, you may want to get those ones because they're
gonna fall out. Yeah. Well, then...
I will be that mom. I will be
You should.
like,
You know what?
You should learn from all of our fails
Oh,
and
I'm
see...
taking notes.
Chat
works better.
GPT. Put on Chat GPT with a photo of them, their school photo, and ask Chat GPT to take
Remove
their teeth
it.
away. Let's do that.
Oh my gosh.
And
You
show
know
what
there's
they look
always
like?
like this level. And then there's Chandra. She takes it to the next one.
Dude, you're like Bentley. He always takes it too far. Like, it'll start something funny like,
Mine
hey, I
isn't too
farted
far.
and it stinks,
Mine's
okay?
reality.
And then it turns into, hey, what if...
Mine's reality.
Oh my gosh.
Then it turns into, hey, it would be funny if I...
Oh my God.
It'd be funny if I took a turn and threw it at you. That's what I'm talking about. Taking it too far. Like, dude, yeah, the fart was funny. Taking somebody's poop and slinging it like a monkey is not funny.
I hope that's just the boys, not girls.
That sounds like boy talk. I don't.
Buttholes, farts, wieners, butt cheeks. I don't know what it is about those words or why they're so funny, but
But it
it's
just
hysterical to
draws
them.
the boys.
Yes. They try. There's a game in the car we play all the time. They'll be like, "Mom, make us laugh." I bet you can't. And I'm like, literally, I could say butthole, and you guys are gonna start dying laughing. And they're like, "No, I won't." I'm like, bumhole, and they just lose it.
If you were my mom, I'd probably
Immature.
be the same way.
They're. I'm the cool mom.
Not a regular
You
mom.
got the
I'm a
riz.
cool mom.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Bentley goes along with it. Maverick gets embarrassed.
Oh, I could see that. He's in that phase though where he's like, I don't know her.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Maverick gets so embarrassed like his dad.
Bentley's
but
like, that's
Bentley's
my
like,
mom,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Certain times though, oh my gosh, he made me feel so. Speaking of preteens, we were walking through orientation. We were going through his new school and everything since he started a new school. Mind you, Sissy was having to come apart, so me and her kind of went off and did our own thing, and I let Brandon take the boys because Bentley likes going with Brandon and whatever. So they were walking, finding his classes where they were all going to be, and they come back, and Brandon goes, "Dude, why didn't you, like, there was people that were saying, hey, Bentley, what's up?" And you weren't saying anything. He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you kind of just ignored them. Like, why aren't you saying something back?" He's like, "Well, I don't like saying stuff in front of you guys." And we're like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to say hi in front of you guys to them." I'm like, "What? Are we not cool anymore? Like, what do you mean? You can't even say hi to somebody?"
They're
in front of
saying
us?"
hi in front of their parents to
Yeah.
you.
I said, "So what is it?" And he's like, "Well, Mom's embarrassing." I said, "First off, I wasn't even with you, okay? So why are you attacking me? What do I do?"
Why are you embarrassing?
I don't know, because I'm funny.
Now
So,
that
I
means, now you say, since you did that, it's going to be 1,000% worse the next time.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, don't you
I'm
worry. I'll make sure I say hey to them.
You wait, baby. And Brandon's like, yeah, I was just with you. I'm the cool one. And he's like, what? They were trying to make fun of my hair, and it went into a whole nother story. And we're like, okay, this is clearly, we're just not cool anymore. And you don't want to be around us and don't want to speak in front of us. We get it.
That junior high personality
I do
shift.
not like that. He's
It's like
going
they're
into
cooler.
junior high.
It's like they're cooler.
He's going into junior high. 7th grade, bro. That's over halfway out of school already.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
We're only gonna
I
like
don't think
it.
there's a lot you can do about that choice.
We're only gonna like it in like 20 years when we get to travel and like sip our mojitos or something on the cruise ships.
Like, I get Jordan's only going to be 11, so you still have a few more years. But, like, thinking of Bentley being 13 this year, and he has 2 more years before he gets to, like, begin driving. I don't
That
even...
is
he can
I don't
drive
even-
here on his own.
Dude, I don't even trust him to, like, wipe his butt correctly sometimes, let alone get behind a wheel.
I don't trust him on the lawnmower, side by side, anything. Not at all. And Josh was like, they have to learn. I'm like, not on my watch.
I think it's the overprotective side
Yeah.
of me, because okay, deep down, I know he could do it.
Because
but
we
I'm
did
like,
it. We did it, but
I don't remember being...
different.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're less mature nowadays.
I think so.
You know?
Well, I mean, I find farts and stuff funny still.
You know, like our grandparents were actually more mature than our dads were. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, like they kind of like raised themselves. It was harsh. They
went to Vietnam.
plowing, gardening, going to Nam, all that stuff. You know. Now it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say they're.
I feel like it's
More
definitely
gentle.
less like less
Masculine?
like, yeah, like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Heavy
like,
work, heavy lifting kind
I
of
was gonna
thing.
say, like,
the
less grunge work.
Yeah, like the real like the older
Yeah.
like older generation. They're like
Like
They
my
had
grandpa.
to work physically
Yeah.
for everything
How
that
old's
they
Grandpa?
wanted or had. 89,
Grandpa's not 89.
79.
I think you should sing somewhere.
He turned 80 this year. He turned 80.
turned 80.
Okay, so he's still out plowing the freaking garden at 80 in this sweltering heat.
Yeah.
I don't think the boys nowadays would do that.
Well, we're putting him to work now because Brandon's like, dude, it's my job to teach them, just like Josh.
Yeah.
Like, it's our job to teach them. I think part of it is that now that we're the ones teaching them, I just have some of the patience I just don't have.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to check myself. Like, okay, it's as simple as cooking or cleaning dishes that they should be able to help me with. And sometimes I'm standing there like, oh my God, please don't spill any more onto the floor. Like having a mental breakdown.
I will
Because-
say,
It
though,
takes more to teach them than it does just to do it yourself really
Yeah.
fast.
I will say though, Trent grew up with a really hard-working physical labor dad,
Yeah.
and so I think that has really been instilled into Trent, and I think that will be instilled into our, son,
Yes.
but kids,
definitely think on the job aspect too.
yeah, but like,
It hasn't, like, I think I could see Trent, I guess, being like that because he was like a laborer.
oh my
Josh,
gosh,
I don't see that really much with Josh. Josh is now getting into the point where he'll ask the boys to, like, do stuff and pick things up. But up until 7 and 10, I don't think they really were used to
oh my
that.
gosh, Trent told me stories about, which, I mean, go Trent's dad.
Yeah.
But Trent would maybe make some bad choices. Come home the next morning. Oh, you feel like crap? Well, get up out in the heat with me. You're going to be working with me today. Like, Trent did not get away with acting a fool.
Yeah.
Not that he really did much, but you know what I mean?
Every
Yeah.
kid messes up. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all bound to be
Yeah.
idiots at some point.
So
We all
I'm
have our
like,
time.
I don't know. I feel like some people have it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to, really trying to instill it at a young age. And every parent and every family household is going to be totally different. Like, I think, like Josh being a doctor, things of that nature will be instilled more than a construction side of it because
Right.
Trent's the more construction. So
Yeah.
Langston might be more into the carrying heavy stuff and dealing with
Bulldozing
bigger
and-
equipment and
And then
stuff
you got
like that.
Brandon. He's more of like the businessman.
So they're going to learn more about the money aspect, which is what we're trying to teach them now. Like, hey,
We're
dollars
doing that
just
with
don't
Jordan.
come out of the freaking tree, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when you spend it, it's gone.
Did I
okay?
tell you, or have we talked about it, where Josh made him get online and pick out a house, figure out what the monthly payment would be?
Yeah.
Love that kind of stuff.
I think that's great. because
Preteen
it's-
stage, that's a good way to, like, set them up for, like, oh, dude, I need to be thinking about 7th grade, getting close to 8th grade, 9th, thinking about ACT, thinking about college,
Yep.
scholarships, like, all that
And letting
stuff.
them fail is a big thing. And I think sometimes
so
that's
hard.
my fault for not letting them fail. But, like, for instance, the boys have debit cards, and so they work, and then 50% of their money goes in their savings, 50% go into their checking, whatever, and they're allowed to spend some of their, or 75, whatever, however Brandon has it set up, he has it set up good, and so they get to spend their money that they work for, so they can see that they are able to spend the money that they make. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But then they get to see how quick it comes and goes.
And if they swipe that card and they don't pay attention to their account and it's declining, I'm not going to buy it. Like, that's your responsibility. Like, I understand it's a big one, but it's not going to get
it probably
easier
eats you alive because you're like, gosh, I don't want them to have to go through this. But how else are they going to learn?
The only times I learned to check and to pay attention to my bills was when my card declined in stores, and I was a little embarrassed.
I love that. So are you like an authorized person and can see their accounts? But
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And I would like for me to be able to put it on Bentley's phone so he could have more access to see it,
to be able to
versus
see
asking.
his actual.
But I just don't think we're quite there yet.
Yep.
But I think I also think Brandon has helped a lot with like me being able to understand that kids are way more capable of what they can do versus what I've allowed them to do.
I think that's the protective side of a mother, because we're going back to like letting them attempt to drive stuff, and it's like a protective thing. I literally remember sitting on the couch and saying, I will be the one that has to like rush them to the ER if you're at work because they're doing what you think they're capable of and I don't because I'm overprotective.
Yep.
Like, I'll be the one having to clean up their boo-boos and keep clean stitch, incisions, and like, it's just hard.
Yeah, it is really hard. And I think some of it, we just have to take a deep breath and be like, you know what? This is going to be good for them. And I keep reminding myself, you know what? I want my kids to be a good spouse. Like, that's what I keep reminding myself. I want my kids to be, especially the boys, I want them to understand what it's like to be a provider. I want them to be a provider. I want them to understand money. I want them to understand business. I want them to understand that. So if their wife wants to be a stay-at-home mom, they can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think a lot of that falls back onto something else that we talked about in a previous episode. I think that they're going to watch what Brandon does as a business owner, what Josh does as a doctor, what Trent does. But then they're going to watch you guys too, and then watch you guys as a couple.
Yep.
And 100% they're going to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I've just caught on and noticed that Bentley's doing more things like that, know?
Like, he's responsible when he sees dad on that lawnmower, he knows he better be out there weed eating. Like, that's things that he's starting to understand. Maverick, he can't do with like the bigger stuff, but he like takes the blower and he'll blow off the excess grass.
Pick up the tree limbs. When I got
Yes.
here and Jordan was helping with the dishes, he's like, just wait, Courtney, this is why you have kids, so they can help you in the kitchen. And I said, oh, you best believe that. I'm sure one day Langston's gonna have chores too.
Yeah.
Like,
and they just, I don't think it really really computes, or like
it doesn't.
They don't understand how important. But I try to explain to Bentley all the time. Listen, dude, I promise you, if you would do the things you're supposed to, which is not a lot. I'm not asking a lot of you.
Ours
okay?
is like they start their own laundry.
Yes.
They fold their own clothes and put them away because it's your room, and they help with the dishes.
Keep your room clean. Very minimal things that if you kept up with it,
Oh,
I'd
and their
probably let you
bathrooms.
do whatever you wanted to do.
Their bathrooms. I make sure they clean their own bathrooms because I'm not using your bathroom. I'm not using your shower.
I have the boys doing that.
They
too.
have all their cleaning supplies. And I think, and like Jordan making that comment to you, it's funny because it's like, oh, well, we're just using them for housework. And it's like, no, like
No.
you're eating these dishes too off these. I am cooking the food. So you're helping fragment of the time that I am doing the stuff for you.
All of these children are getting to go do all the things. They are not suffering in any way. These little
this
stinkers.
is a good responsibility side of it, and then it goes back to the little sassy comments that they like to make, kind of like that, like, "Well, you did this. This isn't my plate." I'm sorry, it wasn't
That
my
wasn't
butt.
my pee on the seat.
Yeah, it wasn't my.
Josh says that all the
wiping off your
time.
butt.
Oh my God. So I love when other adults actually do stick up for that as well, because the orthodontist would get on to Jordan and it's like, if you don't brush these teeth better, I'm taking the braces off. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Yes, because once again, parents are safe spaces for children, so they act out with us way more. And it's such a compliment when other people are like, oh my gosh, your kids are so good. They acted so well, very respectful. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, thank you, God, for it being instilled in them enough for that they show respect to other people's houses. They clean up after some hill, but like, what's going on at home? Like,
Do you forget it when you walk into your house?
Yeah. So I have to give a little grace there because, I'd much rather them be like that at someone else's house versus at home. But again, I mean,
I like when parents stick together though. Like whenever.
I think that's the best compliment.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
like
could get.
You get onto them when they come to your house because if they need it, they need it. Yeah. Check them.
And most of the time they don't, but like I think it's really important, like the orthodontist and the dentist and stuff. I think it helps. Yeah. Like, because I mean, I've said it to him. I'm like, well, doc, sometimes he likes to not brush his teeth in the morning, and then the doctor's like, well, dude, let me tell you a little something. You don't take care of these teeth. This is the only ones you got left, and then you're gonna be coming in here with
Those
gums.
are the ones that are gonna fall out.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
I'm totally gonna do that photo thing.
Oh my God. School.
She's gonna scar those kids.
Yeah, no kidding.
My mom. That's what baby look like.
School and social life drama. So homework battles. Has Bentley ever came home and is like, I have a project due tomorrow?
Listen.
I know a couple times you've told me like I'm up working on a project.
Yeah, I will give him credit. He's never failed a class. He's never gotten like terrible grades. I think the worst grade he's ever had was like a C, which isn't terrible, but he brought it right back up. So he's not awful, but I will say sometimes he does have to, you do have to be like, hey, have you done your homework? Hey, do you have they call it something and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an online, it's like homework, but it's IXLs or something. I don't know what it's called for like math. I'm like, have you done those today? Like a little push. And most of the time he gets it done at school. But I think honestly, I'm only starting to worry about it now more or less because I think it's going to get harder. It only gets harder every year, especially in junior high.
Starting to get in the real work kind of it. Yeah.
So we haven't had too much issue in the past, but I'm preparing myself.
Yeah. Do kids even have a lot of homework nowadays?
No, I would ask the kids every day, do you have homework? Do you have homework?
I feel like it's nothing like when we were in school. Come home, do your 60 math problems or whatever. Show all your work.
Homework in each class when you have 7 classes, which was terrible. Yeah. I think it's going to hit harder in high school. But I have, from people I've talked to in junior high specifically, they start getting more leniency and freedom. And I think that's when they're going to start experiencing more homework and more responsibility.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how this year goes. We'll see. But yeah, I thought I was in the clear with the sassiness part of it since he's a boy. No.
And it's funny because sometimes they'll be like sassy and they're like have the straightest face and it's like, are you joking me right now? Or is this like,
oh no, it turns
am
into
I on
a joke.
candid camera?
Yeah.
Or are you being legit? Like,
well, when I'm looking at him and he's starting to understand and he's like, oh, it's just a joke. Bro, jokes are funny. That wasn't funny. You can't turn something into a joke when you see me getting aggravated. Okay.
Yeah. It's like instant, like, let me backtrack.
Yeah.
Let me fix this.
Oh my gosh. There's
what about the daily soap operas? Because I don't quite have that yet with my preteen, but I feel like I have it with the 7-year-olds.
All right, elaborate on that a little bit, Chan.
Because like the 7-year-olds will be like, oh, they'll just be like, oh, Jordan's like talking and likes this girl, or like Lexi likes this boy, and I'm like, you guys are 7, like you don't have boyfriends or girlfriends at this age, you know?
Yeah.
And Jordan like gets in on it too because he was in the same school with them till last year, and so it's like drama. It's like soap opera with they literally.
I was gonna say I could see that being more like the girls side.
They get in my car and I'm just listening, and it's like the most funny thing ever.
With Maverick, I remember there was one time he was like, I'm not his friend anymore. And this is when he
That's how he talks.
with like the Boston accent a couple of years ago. But he was like, I'm not his friend anymore because he's very mean to me at school. And I'm like, okay. And then the next day he would say the kid's name. I'm like, I thought you weren't friends. He's like, he's my friend now. He's fine. Okay. Well, what happened? Nothing. Okay, great. I'm glad you guys mended. I'm not really sure what happened. And then Bentley, his gets a little bit deeper. Like, so I think it was about a girlfriend one time. Some kid like tried to steal somebody's girlfriend. I'm like, bro, you're in 5th grade.
What did they do?
On?
Get some crumble cookies for him? Or
like what is happening? What do you mean? You're having drama over girls already? Like, let me tell you, girls get you in trouble. So why don't you just go ahead and focus on school and baseball, okay? So some of their conversations are just things that I overhear sometimes. I'm like, what is going on?
Bentley's not had a girlfriend.
You just almost don't even get into it because is it really that deep yet?
There's only been one girl. I think he had like a girlfriend, which it was ironically one of our friends' daughter's friends. So we like met her at a a fair one time, and then they broke up for some reason. I'm like, What?
Isn't it going to be so weird when he has a girlfriend?
I don't really want him to.
I don't think I'll allow it.
I don't really want him to have a girlfriend.
Trent already said something about Langston one day when he has a girlfriend. I'm like, the only woman he needs is his mother. Don't you even put that on me
You
yet.
sound like one of those like creepy grandmas where it's like those protective in-laws. Can you imagine Chelsea as a mother-in-law?
I'm going to be a hell of a good one, okay? Let's start there. How about that? I'm going to be a fun one, okay? So, I don't know why she was trying to make that like it was an insult.
It's just going to be funny. Like,
could you imagine me as a mother? Let's start there.
I think Brandon's going to be like, yo, what's up? And then Chelsea's going to be like,
Brandon's definitely
she's
the cooler
not good
one.
enough for my son.
Brandon's definitely the cooler one in the household. Whatever. I think I'm the funniest one. I tell Brandon all the time I'm funny.
There'll be a
He's like,
solid mix.
okay.
Yeah, it'll be solid.
I think we will all be inviting when the
I
day
think
comes.
Chelsea fits the example of, speaking of preteens, parents learning TikTok lingo and embarrassing the kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's definitely.
TikTok plug. Follow me, Clues Krause.
No, Motherhood Unhinged.
Yeah, and Motherhood Unhinged. We got a TikTok on that, too. Yeah.
We're
That's
going
a
to
good
start
one.
working on doing some more stuff on there.
Yeah, we got to put more on there. It's just really hard.
I think
being a mother.
something, yeah, being a mom, fitting it in. I think something
my
you're
gosh.
good at as far as like survival tips. I'm not going to speak much on it because I can't give tips on it because I'm not good at it, is picking your battles.
Oh, yeah. Picking your battles is something you definitely have to learn.
Can't do it.
Yeah, you can. You just have to. if you practice
She's checking
enough.
me as my mom.
I have loved listening to you guys the last few times we've been together, though, because you guys are more on the same level. I mean, you guys have Evie and Ivy, who are 2, 1.5.
Yeah.
Langston's only 1, but listening to you guys with like the preteen situation,
We're
and all that-
On
literally
the opposite
going
side?
together with the preteens and the toddlers.
Oh,
I love
in that
it.
aspect. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we are the
Yeah,
total
I love
opposite.
it because you guys are just total opposites. But listening to you guys go on with it, I truly
It's
am
funny.
taking mental notes.
Yeah, definitely do. Definitely do. And reach out when so I can be like, hey, this is what I did that didn't work. So why don't you do something different?
So you'll look at
I
my
feel like
scenario
I'm a
and
little
hers.
bit more low key. I
think
think probably
you-
be right in the middle of you two.
I think so. If not even a little towards me.
Yeah.
Because like some of the stuff like you making them pick out like clothes because you don't want them to look a little mismatched. I think that's
The
not
socks.
a battle I'm
It's
picking.
the socks that I just make.
I don't
them
care about the
choose
socks too. Sometimes
matching
we have
socks.
sometimes there's a laundry basket full of socks that I can't find matching pairs to, or I just don't want to do the socks.
my-
Chelsea's like, just grab you two. It's fine.
Literally, hey, you have the Adidas and you have the Nike. Grab some. I
That's
don't
like
even care if they match.
PTSD. When I met Josh,
He had
You
a
ready?
sock. He had a sock basket.
yeah, and he's like, I bet there's like 600 socks in there, and I'm like, throw it away. We literally threw it away.
Sometimes you do.
We went and bought new socks, color coded for each kid, and now sometimes the grandparents will give them packs of socks. I'm like, no,
Okay. See,
No.
she's a little great.
we're not wearing those. They have certain socks, and they're matching.
Yeah, but okay, so here, this is when I mean picking your battles. If you sit back and look over the grand scheme of things, is it really something that is that big of a deal that's going to be life-changing for
Chelsea,
them?
this is like a third episode. We're talking about socks. I think it's non-negotiable for me.
Like, or what was the other thing you said was non-negotiable that I was just like, who cares? But I can't remember what it was. The clothes was the one
Was
thing.
it the food combo?
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about, but I
don't
can't think of
remember.
it.
I can't. I just remember the clothes specifically because sometimes, like, I let my boys whatever they want to wear. Obviously, if it's absolutely ridiculous, I will change the fact that they should probably change.
We were out
But-
the door going to church yesterday, and I tell you all the time about my struggle with James,
Uh-huh.
how I'll come up in mismatched clothing,
Okay.
like a blue pair of shorts with like this blue tie-dye shirt at the same time. It's like blue on blue and stuff.
Sure.
I'm like, no.
What's wrong with
He
little blue
comes up for church yesterday in khaki shorts, that blue and pink tie-dye shirt
Okay.
that looks like camo tie-dye,
Yeah.
and a short sleeve flannel button up that's like country farmer, like patchy, you know, brown and blue patchy.
Okay.
I'm like, James,
I mean,
we can't wear that to church.
first off, God only cares if you show up. Let's start there. Okay.
She's trying to make me feel bad, but these are my standards. These
I'm
are
not trying to
just,
feel bad. What I'm saying is that there's certain battles you don't pick them.
I know, but I just like them to follow the standards, you know? Like,
But
Who's setting the standards?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, if it's not that big of a deal, I'm not going to make it one. Because honestly, like with Jordan, for instance, the older he gets, the more responsibility he's going to have.
Yeah.
And you should focus more on the things that actually need to sink in and matter.
We definitely
versus-
will. I think a lot of the time, like, the moments we're poking out in here are just funny things, like, we're trying to bring up to talk about.
Right.
But it always comes up about socks. It always comes
Chandra's
up.
like, enough about the socks.
The socks are going to remain the way I'm
And the
doing it.
dang camo blue shirt and his blue shorts. Always. It's always the same thing. It's
I
always
think you
that.
should just buy him clothes of just one solid color.
Yeah,
all
one
the
solid-
clothes.
yeah.
Maybe
red
if
pants,
I
red
take-
shirts, red socks.
Maybe if I take these 2 or 3 items away, it'll just stop happening.
Oh my gosh. Chandler, listen.
All right.
I'm trying to think
Well,
of another freaking thing.
Anywho,
Snacks and bribery is always a good one.
Snacks and bribery?
Yeah.
Bribery is always a good one.
That's a good one.
But I
Like, you're
hate-
not going to get pizza if you don't do this kind of thing.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that definitely.
but do
works
your
for most-
kids care?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They do until it's like they don't. Let's just say that. You'll get on to James for something and it's like, okay, no dessert. And he's like, it's okay. I didn't want it anyways.
I think that
And I'm
makes
like-
us more mad than it does.
It
them.
does. And I'm like, dude, you're the one that just asked for it. So I know you did want it.
Those are the moments that those are the moments that you just have to be like, okay.
Sometimes I feel
No
like I'm
arguing.
raising
Okay.
James as a preteen and he's only 7.
Mm-hmm.
When does preteen
maybe-
age start nowadays?
Well, maybe it'll be vice versa. Was
Asking
Jordan
for a friend.
more of a breeze as a younger kid than he is now? I know you haven't had that many
Josh
years,
said he
but-
was.
So then maybe it's Bentley was an angel baby, great toddler. Even the elementary, he was great.
Uh-huh.
Now well, I'm paying for it now, so maybe it'll just be vice versa for James.
Maybe. Maybe.
So I mean,
We just got to remember the mood swings right now are probably just temporary. And it's all going to.
and that's another thing you have to
Level
give
out.
grace for is that I know I don't want to use it as an excuse, but we also have to understand that their moods and their hormones are changing and a
Yeah,
lot of things
true.
are going on. So we do have to give a little bit of grace and get them to understand, like, hey, this is not how we act. It's not how we do things.
That's true.
And I also think, and I can say this because I'm not there yet, but one day you guys are going to look back on these chaotic moments
And
and
laugh.
you're going to miss them.
We're going to miss them
will.
right in our pantry and trying to steal our
See,
cell
that's
phones.
one thing that I can't stand, and I have to do better at. Is that
Chelsea
if I
will, in
see-
fact, not miss raiding the pantry.
if I see one of my kids going to the pantry and I know that they either have already eaten or I'm preparing food for them to eat, get out of the pantry. Get out of there.
Well, we just want to let you know if this is like, I'm sure this resonates with all moms. If you've never heard, like, you don't get it, whatever, okay.
They look at you like you're literally the scum on their feet beneath the toes.
Yeah.
Is that off of Toy Story? Or no, Little Rascals.
Little rascals.
That's what it is.
You belong here. So you heard that. Listen, join in. Send us all your moments that we can laugh and cry about together because
Yeah.
we've had plenty of them. We want to
A
hear
lot.
them. We're going to start an anonymous moms, I forgot what it's called, anonymous moms chat kind of thing.
Where you can send in emails.
Yes. Anonymous mom confessions. We're going to start that and we're going to talk about those each episode. Pick one or two and go over it. Or maybe we'll do it like weekly or something.
Depending on how many
a
we
different
get.
day. Depending
Yeah.
on how many we get.
So we can make it a full episode.
Yeah. So we can't wait to roll that out for you guys. So keep an eye on that. But until next time, keep your Wi-Fi strong and
Your insanity.
work on that eye roll
Keep your
tolerance.
insanity intact.
Yeah, literally.
Keep your sanity intact. But we will see you next week. And until next time, we are
Motherhood Unhinged.